to
the Zak
and Buzz
review of Gladiators.
Yes, another
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Your goal on my first
Whistle. Oh, I'll tell you what a quarter-final this week.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was good
great.
last week.
This
week it's cracking. And
so, okay. Before we go
Crazy
into the episode,
yes.
Interesting fact, we had a comment from one of the contenders of this season.
Did we?
On one of our videos.
Did we?
Yes, who actually was the contender in this episode.
Which one?
Joe.
Joe! It's
So,
you, Joe!
This was on one of our previous videos, 2 days ago. Hey lads, thanks for your hard work. I was in the gauntlet for hours. I think I made it. All the best.
Yes!
Thank you very much, Joe. Well done, Joe.
You are a star.
Well done, you're a star.
Excellent. And so we're going to talk about Joe and everybody else
Yes.
in this week's
In
Gladiators.
which particular order? In
I don't know, come on.
first contenders.
It was the ladies first, wasn't it?
Yes, we had Anila and Amanda.
Anila and Amanda. What a couple of absolutely amazing competitors.
And obviously Joe and Lewis.
Yes.
Lewis was the first.
Or should we call
Fastest
Lewis...
runner-up.
Lewis... Little Hammer!
Little Hammer.
Anyway.
Doink.
Doink. Yeah, anyway. So, they started off with... Unleashed. Which, as it's got to be, at the moment, my favourite kind
New
of
event.
new ground-based event.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I see that.
I mean, my favourite new event comes later on. We won't mention that.
Your favourite new event?
No, my favourite of the new events to this Gladiators. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm giving you a clue. Okay?
and we're not talking about the new event, which was new in this episode.
which we will talk about. But I really do like Unleashed.
Okay,
Just
so
brilliant.
on Unleash, Anila got 10.
She rocked it. Well done, Anila.
And she was against Cyclone.
Cyclone.
Unfortunately for Amanda, she went up against Electro and got captured.
Yeah, Cyclone almost got there though.
Almost.
I mean,
almost.
she got there. She was up on the top platform.
Pretty intimidating, yeah.
She was intimidating, and bless her. And yeah, but there you go. Well done.
I mean, to be fair, going through this, the scores were pretty like
nose to nose all
the way. So it's
a couple of gaps, but they filled up, didn't they?
So on to the men.
Yep.
We had Joe against Phantom.
Yep.
Well,
it's funny because we're always guessing. That's one of the things I like about
Yeah.
Unleashed is kind of you guess beforehand.
Yeah.
As
It's like
you
the
know,
thing.
the audience, you know, you're thinking who's going to come out.
Yeah. The Gladiator will be unleashed.
That's it. And we go, it's going to be Phantom.
Yeah.
And it was Phantom.
It was Phantom. Now, we thought Joe might have had his work cut out for him in this particular lineup.
Yep.
But unfortunately for Joe, he made it to the top, but he just missed it.
I know, but
he missed the flag.
It was... you could see the determination in Joe that he wanted to get that at any rate, and he probably felt... He didn't look back. I think he said he didn't know who was chasing him.
Yeah.
But just the sheer adrenaline push...
Yeah.
I think that's what caused that little stumble at the end. And he touched the flag, but he didn't get it.
Yeah, it was like just the tip. Just the tip.
Just to
he
think,
jostled it.
Just to think to have spent just that fraction of a millisecond reorientating yourself.
Yeah, yeah. But he got 5 points. First person to actually get 5 points
on
in this
that
event.
game. That's right.
Yeah.
First person.
First turn out for that. And Lewis went against Viper.
Yeah. Now, actually, I didn't think Viper did bad either.
He didn't do bad.
Because, I don't know, does Viper actually win anything?
Well, he won this.
Who did?
Viper.
God, we're being slack.
Matt, it's because I've got props and phones and things. I'm juggling lots of bits of information around.
You know? Such Glad fans.
So, scores on the doors for the men. Joe on 15. Actually, sorry,
Joe
Hang
on 5.
on, I got that completely wrong. I read my notes wrong.
Joe on 5.
Silly Zach.
Joe on 5.
I read my notes wrong before that bit.
Did you?
Yes, because he didn't go up against Viper.
Didn't he?
He went against Hammer.
Oh, he went against Hammer.
Yes,
Get it right.
Zach. Silly Zach.
Oh, that's all right, because they were like...
Because Lewis got 10.
Because that's when
he got 10.
That's when they were making the joke about it being little Hammer.
Yes, yes. Many apologies for that.
No,
it's a lot of
Viper
information.
Viper comes later on the wall.
The wall.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay. Which we were going to talk about now. So, scores on the doors. Joe 5, Lewis 10. Okay.
Okay.
Next up, the wall.
The wall. This is one that I think that one of the lady competitors wasn't looking forward to.
Anila.
Anila.
However, She was against Diamond. Unfortunately, Diamond fell off.
Yeah,
much to her advantage.
Yeah, but much to her advantage. But did you see Diamond? She fell off, but unlike normally, the gladiators sink to the floor and stay there.
Yeah.
She went back
up
again.
Yeah.
I mean, give her a credit.
Well done, Diamond.
She didn't want to lose.
Cracking.
She went up there again.
But Anila got 10 and Amanda got 5 because she was second.
And I still feel...
And she went against Comet, by the way.
Yes, Comet. Which I would have thought Comet would be a bit faster.
It was the she did get to her, but it was the knee pad thing. That was unfortunate.
I kind of think that sometimes the gladiators, in their enthusiasm, go for the grab a tiny bit early.
Yeah.
And that's what really sort of messes their chances up. If they went went another couple of handholds to get that
or like Legend harness, where you're like level pegging like beside.
So come on, up you come.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, but but again with Comet, bless her, she did have her hand stood on. You know, you had the slow-mo where she
that is very true.
So she got 5.
And so for the men, Joe got 10 against Legend.
Against Legend.
Poor Legend. Double. How many lost Legend now?
Oh, bless him. We love Legend. He's just such a character.
And then Lewis went against Viper.
But
Lewis kind of fell off.
Yeah. That's when Viper he went off as well, but he went off to rip up Lewis's fans sign, which was a bit mean.
That was very mean. You could just see it on his face, like, oh.
I might be wrong on this, and you can put me right on this, but it's my opinion only. I think some of these gladiators, obviously Legend, I think he, as I said before, has found his character niche just right.
Yeah.
As like some of them have Sabre, Fury, you know. But I still think, think what English is that?
I don't know.
It's
been a long day, hasn't it?
It's been a long day.
Yes.
I still think that some of them, such as Viper and now Cyclone, they all trying a little bit to still find them. Like, are we bad guys? I mean, obviously Viper tries to be bad guy all the time, but you know, I don't know.
What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Who's the best gladiator?
Yeah, who's the best bad guy gladiator?
Who's your favourite?
What, out of the gladiators? Well, if you're talking about the females, I'm going to say I like Sassy Sabre, but I actually think Dynamite she does really well on the games.
Oh, okay.
You know?
You going for Dynamite then?
Well, just because she does very well on if she's on Duel, she does really well. If she's on, which you're not mentioning, The Edge. Oh, I'll say it, The Edge. Yeah. She does really well. I mean, yeah, she's a good all-rounder, you know. But and then for the males, you know, I think Legend just makes me laugh all the time.
No sign of Giant this time, though.
Yeah, but
I think he's injured himself.
Of course, again, Nitro.
Oh.
But unfortunately, Nitro is
injured himself.
I thought we'd see more of him popping up in the actual series, just making a little. I think he probably has done for the audience.
Yeah,
you know, and the reason I say that is because, like with the Unleash and the Edge, it is a public spectacle when they load the game or they do the Unleash, do the Edge. It's kind of. You get to see a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But if you were in the audience, you would get to see all that, and I think probably you've got a lot more action with the gladiators interacting with the audience actually at the stadium.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Yeah. Legends. I always have good fun with Legends, and I'd go Sabre. Sabre's fun.
Sabre's fun.
Okay.
You need to stick your hip out.
No, don't. No. We don't get subscribers for that. It's not OnlyFans.
We did work out all this thing you were doing last week.
Oh.
The music, you got it wrong, didn't you?
That's for Bionic.
You were doing Bionic's music. But it's the hands are like that. The hands are like that. Not like that. When you're doing...
My wrist doesn't do that.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Anyway, back on to the...
So, at the end of the second game, Anila was storming ahead against Amanda with 20 points to 5.
Ooh.
And Joe was just ahead of Lewis, who had... he had 15 and then Lewis had 10.
Yes.
So, then, event 3.
Yes, what did we have?
A new game!
We did!
A new game.
Atlaspheres
Crash
Course. Yes. I actually really liked it.
The premise, it seemed to work quite well, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was like a race.
I kind of initially thought that, Yeah, if you were starting as a contender on the inside line,
Yeah, you might have like an
perhaps you'd have an advantage. But actually, being on that inside line meant that you kind of overshot the corner a bit, whereas on the outside line you could come around and cut the corner a bit.
Yeah.
So I actually think you balanced it out. I don't think there's an advantage either way. It's really down to when those gladiators actually managed to smash and hit you. But yeah, I liked it. Two times round and then the countdown for the 5 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was exciting and some great smashes and the wheel spinning and the old Atlaspheres. So what did the ladies do?
Ladies, they were against Dynamite Fire. Anila got 5 and Amanda got 10.
Whoa! Woo. So the scores swung round a bit then.
Tiny bit. She was bringing it back, Amanda. Yep. So Anila was on 25 and Amanda was on 15.
Yep. So a 10-point difference. Okay.
So for the men, I think it was a bit more kind of like rough
for the men.
Yep. Unfortunately, Bionic didn't seem to do.
Bionic and Steel, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bionic didn't seem to quite grasp the full Atlaspheres.
Yeah,
he kind of lost control a couple of times.
Yeah, we saw him go upside down.
Yeah, so it's Bionic and Steel, and basically Joe got 5, Lewis got 10, which for the first time in this particular episode brings the scores on the doors for the men at 20-20.
20-20, nose to nose.
Yep, no advantage.
Exactly.
There we are. What do we think? I really like that event.
Yes.
I think it's nice to just chuck it in the mix.
Would
I have appreciated it maybe a bit sooner, maybe?
Perhaps.
That said, it kind of broke it up.
Perhaps, but I think it added the extra, some part of the extra excitement to this particular.
I don't think there's anything else really to be revealed now. I think everything is in play.
Yes, we've had the new Gladiators. We've had the new game. Job done.
Well, games, yeah.
Games.
Right.
Anyway,
onwards to a wonderful favourite of ours from new games. The Edge.
The Edge!
Yay.
I tell you, just sitting there in the lounge on the big TV.
It was good.
Watching this thing take off. I mean, what a spectacle.
Yeah.
I mean, I absolutely love that game. And what a game this week that was.
Okay, so starting off with the ladies.
Yep.
Amanda managed to absolutely smash it.
She was up against Sabre, wasn't
she? Was up against Sabre.
Yeah, Sabre did the thing, she did it wrong. She sauntered off into the middle again with her sassy thing, thinking, I'm going to take this.
Yeah.
And then she just got blitzed.
Yeah.
She just got
by Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Springbok.
You think, if I was a gladiator, I think my tactic on that was okay. You might be lucky enough, which actually was proven a little bit later on, to take them out before they even make a score. But I think as a gladiator, you got to play tactically and probably initially just head for the centre of the edge. And if they score one run across, then you can try and take them.
Well, I think in this particular instance, this was basically like how to do it.
Yeah.
How to do it really fast, and then comparative to Anila, how to kind of not do it.
Yeah, and so Anila
was very tentative, very slow. She was against Dynamite and she didn't score any points.
She said she didn't really like going the idea of the wall, so when the edge came up, I'd already said I don't think she's going to like it.
She did look very tentative.
And she looked very tentative, and it was easy.
That was a downfall.
It was easy for Dynamite to take her out.
Yep, which is very interesting because at the end of the 4th game for the ladies, the points were the same, 25-25, so no points advantage there.
Exactly, and then we had the men.
The men's. So, okay, obviously Joe did amazing.
Okay, I've got to say, so Joe, if you ever see this video, mate, that was hats off.
Textbook.
It wasn't textbook,
textbook.
it was beyond textbook.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most amazingly exciting performance on the edge we've ever seen, and maybe ever likely to see, because Joe was literally bouncing across.
Bounding,
But it was like flying through the air, and landing and flying through the air. And
Apollo just had no chance.
Apollo tried his best, and as Apollo said, he ended up on the same platform, and he said, at this point, I know I've lost this.
Yeah.
But Joe was amazing, and to such an extent that when that actual Joe finished his session, we had a literally standing applause in the house. Everybody was clapping. Yeah, because it was such an astounding performance. Man, you nailed it.
And, fun fact, guess who also got 10?
Lewis
did, because Steel had a massive wipeout.
And I think...
Immediately, that was like, oh dear. for him.
Again, this is part of the tactics. I still feel he should have headed for they start on opposite corners.
Yep.
So the contender is obviously going to go for the quickest route, straight down the side to get to the platform on their first run. And the Gladiator really needs to come to the centre to then defend against the second run.
Yep.
But obviously, Steele, knowing that Lewis is a bit of a rugby player, I don't know if the rugby stuff actually helps on the edge.
Yeah,
really, because if you're going to get that contact, it's really more a case of once you got hold of them, it's just you just got to take him off on that bar. So, but he went for it and completely just got one little grasp on his shirt, on his vest, and went, "Whoa, slow-mo." So poor old Steele went down.
So end of that.
10-10, and it's level pegging.
30-30 for the men.
Which, to be honest with
that's a great score.
it's a great score. If you were doing any other episode, that's a great score. So to have two nose to nose, amazing guys.
Yep. So next up, final event, we had Powerball,
which I was glad that we got, because I was sitting there thinking, what is going to be the final event? Please don't make it the ring.
Don't make it Collision.
Yeah, no. And Powerball, again, one of our old favourites. You know,
that's always been a good favourite.
And the ladies weren't holding back on that one.
No. So
they were slammed.
Anila and Amanda were against Sabre, Athena, and Fury. Are you okay?
Bing. That's it. Oh, you got to do it. I bet everybody does.
Anyway, so Anila scored 4 and Amanda got 6.
Yeah,
Amanda took a big hit.
Yeah, they were. She was clutching her ribs at one point, and they really, the lady gladiators weren't holding back.
So by the end of that, there was basically
It's 1 point, wasn't it?
2 points. 2 points. So Amanda was on 31 and Anila was on 29, which translates to a 1 second advantage.
That's it. That's what I mean. 1 second.
That's could mean anything in the Eliminator.
Exactly.
Then men. We had Apollo, Legend, and Hammer.
Anyway,
right on cue.
I enjoy it. It was a bit of a delay. A bit of a delay. But and again, the male gladiators, they were slam dunking them. Yep. They got told off for pushing. Oh, we forgot to mention about Bradley getting told to get off by the other refs. Yep. Took him out for being cheeky.
Clattenburg.
Yes, I like Clattenburg. He's brilliant.
It's quite funny.
But anyway, so the male gladiators, they were just slam dunking them out of their zone.
Legend kind of.
Oh he took a ball out and kicked it out.
That's quite funny.
Cheeky bugger.
But scores on the doors, 4 points apiece.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
Donk.
So then, end scores for the men, 34-34.
Which is an amazing score anyway.
Which is no advantage to anyone in the Eliminator.
I mean, to think all that hard work to get there.
To just do it.
So then you're going head to head, whatever, anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
It was tight.
It was tight. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. And so, of course, we then have the Eliminator. And the first thing I noticed about the Eliminator, which I really enjoyed, was they had the music, which I really liked, from Blur. I thought that worked really well with the Eliminator, you know, and again, the household, the other members of the household were sort of like singing along with it, you know. It was really good.
Yeah.
I like that music.
Okay, so talking about the Eliminator. The Eliminator.
Song 2, that's it, if I'm right. Blur, song 2.
I don't know, I'm not a song person.
Okay, there you go.
Right. The Eliminator for the women.
Eliminator.
Amanda had a 1 second advantage.
1 second.
And she managed to hold it.
Yeah, she took it. I think she took her lead on the cargo net, really, didn't she? And I thought, she paused when she got across the balance bar.
She really wanted to get the travelator.
And I was thinking, are you just taking this too much? Because she fell on the travelator before, didn't she?
Yeah.
If I recall. And I'm thinking, are you taking too long? But she focused and she did it.
She did it. Bing. And bonus prize. She got the new record.
She got the new record for the ladies. And I think we're waiting for Anila to find out how fast she managed to do.
She did kind of look a bit sad towards the end.
Yeah, that was the bizarre thing. And I don't know why this is. Okay, I don't know why this is in this particular episode. Normally, in all the episodes, when they hit that crash mat, the contenders launch at each other, they hug each other. Men, they hug each other. The women, they hug each other.
Congratulations, type of
And
deal.
this one, they sat very much apart.
Yeah.
Didn't shake hands. Didn't congratulate each other at all.
No.
And then when we had the men, they were the opposite. They were like, yeah, jumping on each other.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know what was going on there.
A bit of contention there, maybe.
A bit
Behind
contention.
the scenes that we
Behind
didn't
the
see.
scenes, who knows?
But then we move on to the men. Contenders, you will both go on my first whistle.
Well, it was just whistle, not my first whistle.
Oh,
it was the whistle.
The whistle.
On my whistle.
You'll both go on the whistle.
That's it, and it was just everybody at this point in the lounge watching this.
Nail biting.
Because everybody wanted both the contenders to get through to win, because nobody has a favourite, because we love Joe, we love Lewis. It was brilliant. Oh man, no, it was just a crazy race, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
So basically, regarding this, Joe kind of took the upper hand, went after the hanging bars, and then onto the cargo net.
As soon as he hit that cargo net, he was off, and I think Lewis might have had a little bit of a slow launch on the trapeze. Yeah. Which probably was what took it.
I mean, thing is,
chances of Joe coming off the balance bar ain't going to happen.
No.
And then he just went up there like a crazy thing. However, now I did say last week, you see, because last week I said that Muss did really fast. Yeah. But true enough, it was pointed out in one of the comments that we had in our last video that he's fast, but he hadn't got fastest time. Yeah. Whereas Joe has.
I can't remember.
I think Joe's got the fastest time, but Joe didn't beat his fastest time.
Interesting.
Interesting. And so, although you can get the fastest time, it doesn't necessarily mean that whoever wins, ultimately Gladiators, is going to break that fastest time. So I still think Muss is in with a chance, because obviously Joe didn't beat his fastest time on that. I
think Joe, comparable to Muss, is a bit more durable. Like for the contact stuff. For
the contact stuff, yeah, maybe.
That can lead to like a point advantage if they come up against each other.
It really depends, I think, on what games they get.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting going forward.
But then with Lewis, his poor wife.
Oh man,
she was cheering and crying at the same time. She
was going through all of it. Yeah.
The whole emotions. Oh, bless her. Because of course she was a contender herself.
Yeah.
So she knew what it was like to be in there. Oh. Blinding episode.
Blinding episode, 100%.
It was a roller coaster.
So the winners were Amanda and Joe this time, and who's going to be next time? Let's find out.
We shall find out. But what a fantastic episode!
It keeps getting better and better. It honestly does.
I'm going to put my ear back on. Gladiators.
Honestly,
contenders ready.
It gets better and better every week. It just continually outdoes itself, which is a real testament to the show.
And that's to do with the contenders, the effort they put in, as well as
Gladiators.
The Gladiators.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, just talk about Barney and Bradders.
Yeah, I mean,
perfect.
I actually, as people not Barney and Bradders, some people have done on social media, but I actually think that they make a fun difference. From the
they had the comedy, they had the laughs. It really works. It really works.
It's good. And I always find it amusing when they have the lineup after an event, and you've got the contenders there, and then you've got Barney and Brad, and then like somebody like Bionic or Phantom. They're just the sizes.
Well, I mean, giant, man.
Giant, yeah. But bless him, we haven't seen it. Will we see him again?
I hope we see him again.
Yeah, we shall see. Yes. Anyway, there we go.
In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel, and comment below any suggestions of further reviews you'd like to see. We have plenty more Gladiator stuff on the way, so stay tuned for that.
See you in the next one. You will go on my first whistle.
All right then, whistle. Oh, yeah.
He did ask me to whistle.
Ow, not that loud.